Hey,
We're
top of the
live,
morning.
baby.
Here we go. Good to be back with you guys, man.
We're all back.
Setting my phone to watch
It's been a
the
minute. It's been a minute. We're all back. We have Wolf and David, and of course, you know I'm back here as well. And we're gonna have Wolf, and he's gonna run the show. He's gonna tell us, some questions and ask everybody, and we're just gonna be interacting like the good old days. So thank you guys for coming, listening. And Wolf, how you been? And let's go. Let's go Niners.
Yeah, I've been doing good, man. It's good to be with you guys. Miss you guys, and you guys already know this job's taking up a lot of my time. So anytime I do I try to spend with the kids, and I watch you guys here and there when I can. Um, and yeah, man. I mean, other than that, life's been good. You know, financially, it's been pretty great, but time wise, like I was telling Brian backstage, I kind of have sold my soul for financial a little bit more financial freedom and upgraded both of our vehicles. Got my wife a new car, got myself a new car, and just kind of going on the up and up, embracing myself for taxes. But yeah, I've been little sad recently because the news with Corey. Gonna miss him, man. He's such a good guy, such a sweetheart, and just I hope he rests in peace and that he's at ease now, and he gets to hang out with Bill Walsh, man. So that's super cool. That was one thought I had. He gets to go pick Bill Walsh's brain now. So that's really cool, man. And yeah, it's been sad, but I remember the good stuff about Corey, and it was mostly that, right? It's very rare and seldom that he would go off on somebody and kind of talk smack, but funny guy, man. He'll be missed for sure and always be remembered. um, yeah, man, I'm super happy about the 49ers though. That victory on Sunday over the Eagles, I'm glad Corey was around for that, and I'm glad I was around for that. I'm glad there was Eagles fans in my household that were around for that, because all that smack they were talking. Yeah, I was loving it. And my sister's boyfriend is actually an Eagles fan himself, and he's just like those Philly fans out there, but he lives in California. He's a big smack talker like they are. And don't mind my sweater, by the way. I know it's Eagles colors, but I got it for Christmas last year, so it just says life is good. It has nothing to do with the Eagles. Life is no good for them right now. But yeah, man, it's so cool. I was so happy. That was a mini Super Bowl for me. I was so ecstatic and kind of felt bad because those Eagles fans, they were my bros, but they were talking that smack, so I let them have it. And then uh, my sister said she wasn't going to talk to her boyfriend till after the game, and she got him on the phone with me, and I kind of cussed him out and told him off. So it was a good time. Good old 49 was fun.
Hey,
We still
man,
got more
Debo.
business. What was that?
Debo. You know, all off season, he's like, we would have beat you guys. Bradbury's trash. If we had a QB, we would have won. And, there was some back and forth going on. And, you know, he wrote that check and he cashed it.
Yeah, man, I agreed. I think the 49ers would have went in and won it last year. Um, I do think the Eagles are a little bit weaker this year than they were last year, but I do still think the 49ers would have gone in and beat the Eagles in their own house last year. And I'm looking. I think the Cowboys have a very good shot. I think they're going to pull it off this week as well. I know the Eagles are probably going to be pretty pissed off about what just happened, but they were barely able to beat the Cowboys in Philly not too long ago. So I think now that it's on turf where the Cowboys, especially guys like Dak Prescott, where their game kind of elevates on turf, especially on their own home turf with their own crowd. I think that very close game is going to sway in the Cowboys' direction this time.
Sorry, man.
Tribute.
Shout out to Joe. Joe Stevens is one of our buddies, man. Imagine if the
Smoking
Niners
that
had
Trubisky pack. Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on that? What do you guys think about Trubisky? Dude, can you imagine? Okay, I saw somebody mention Geno in the Joe Stevens talking about Geno in the comments. How do you guys think Geno would fare in this offense?
Oh man, so Geno in our offense. He could throw the ball, he could definitely get it out. So if he had a quick release and could, get out fast, then yeah, I think he could operate it. I don't think he has the same speed that Purdy has as far as that. But and the other thing I don't like about Geno Smith is it seems like he double clutches the ball. Just like when he like does like a hitch when he throws the ball. And maybe it's just the way but I don't know. I always taught to bring the ball up higher. He brings it down like lower, and then he doesn't pat it twice, but he brings it up and down twice before he throws it. And it's almost like he's like trying to, yeah. So I'm just not the biggest fan. I don't know if it's always.
Speaking of noticing things, sorry if that was loud, but speaking of noticing things, I heard Larry Krueger talking about something that I noticed with George Kittle. And so it was pretty funny that Larry Krueger brought it up because, I didn't really, I guess you could say, think twice about it. I didn't put too much thought into it, but I did notice how George Kittle was clutching the ball during this game. And Larry Krueger said he noticed that he feels like George Kittle might have seen something on film where the Eagles must have been peanut punching on film or something like that George Kittle kind of took some extra precaution in this game and really double clutched that football. And I noticed it, but I just figured, hey, he's being smart because he knows he's going to collide with one of these players right now. So he's getting down low to kind of go head on with them and protect the football. Because I know, I think it was it last year when he fumbled against the Cardinals right after he caught the ball, he tried to get the yak. He didn't have the ball wrapped properly and fumbled the football. It was against not last year then. I think it was the year before that against Colt McCoy.
Yeah, when they swept us. Yes, I definitely remember that.
Terrible timing on that fumble. There went all of our momentum, and we got mollywopped. So, did you guys notice that at all as far as Kittle goes?
I did notice, the Eagles are kind of known for peanut punches. They're supposedly a really good tackling team, which, Debo made them look like a bad tackling team. But I did notice him having both hands covering the ball, and he had it like really close up to his chest because he didn't want the ball getting out, and taking care of the ball as the 49ers. We take care of the ball. We don't turn the ball over. We're going to win that game. Especially with the defense, the way they're playing with sideline Steve Wilks, Yep.
Yeah, that comment. Who was it? Oh yeah, Steve Supremo. Yo. That was something else I noticed too, man. Debo owes Kittle big props, man. Kittle is Debo's MVP after that game, man. That's the unsung hero for those blocks. That was beautiful. I don't think Debo gets in the end zone on either one of those. Was it? Let me see. What was? I know there was two of them where it was Kittle blocking. What was the third one? The third one, Debo just kind of sprang free and everybody was blocking for him. So at least those other two, Kittle was the main blocker on those ones, and those are game-changing blocks. That was beautiful.
Okay, so Steve-O's got a good question. I don't know if we have enough time, but we'll get to it. We will definitely answer it. Why do we put players on other teams to compare? We don't do that in baseball and basketball. I don't know. I mean, I think they kind of do. It just depends on the person who's talking. Uh, I've heard people in the past say, "Well, Shaquille O'Neal was on this team instead of being on the Lakers with Kobe Bryant. The Lakers wouldn't have won, a championship." Okay, so then you seen that happen. They split up. Kobe still won a championship. So I mean, there's different scenarios for different situations, but I think a lot of players, a lot of people want to take the credit away from Purdy because Purdy is Mr. Irrelevant. So if they can say, "Oh, well, he's Superman because he has all these weapons around him," and you take it away, then you'll see his kryptonite. I don't think it's his weakness. I think his weakness might be his athleticism, maybe not being able to throw the length of the field, but I think he has the ability in his head to get the ball down the field. So if that makes sense to anybody, I definitely think it just depends on the person who's talking to you. That's who wants to try to say, "Oh, this," and it's about what they're trying to get you to agree with. If they want you to think, "Oh, well, Purdy's not that good," put him on a different team, put someone else, and look. Yeah, I guess if you put Aaron Rodgers on our team, then would the defense ever, have to play? I mean, there are so many minutes in the game. The other team does get the ball. Players make mistakes. So, anybody want to take a bite at that, David?
Well, when it comes down to it, who do you compare Brock Purdy to? He's not the biggest guy in the league, doesn't have the strongest arm, He does have the ability to escape the pocket and extend plays, which is a nightmare for defensive backs. And, his processing is incredibly fast. He's been making throws with anticipation. I have seen him chuck one 40 yards down the field. So, his arm isn't that weak. All the naysayers, he's small, he's got small hands. Yeah, he's one of the better QBs in the league right now. You can't deny that. When it comes to elite, you got to do a lot to earn that label in my book. And right now there's one guy a few weeks ago I called elite, and that's Patrick Mahomes. And look at how he's played the last couple of weeks. I don't know if I cursed him or not, but kind of is what it is. I may have.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I hope so. Yeah, I mean, as far as that question / comment goes, man, I just think as human beings, we can't help but be curious and let our imagination wander sometimes, right? As far as just playing scenarios in your head, how would this player fare on that team, and vice versa? If I was a bigger baseball and basketball fan, I'd be doing the same thing as far as that goes, because I know people that do cover those sports, they do it. He said doo-doo. But no, seriously, it's imagination, and that's why we do these shows right here, to kind of, put our perspective on it, our own spin. It's for the sake of conversation and fun, or else, I mean, who would care to watch?
Exactly.
Yep. That's why there's the betting lineup. That's why there's the averages. That's why the point spread changes. That's why they worry about who's playing this weekend or that. The injuries come out. It's because of the bettors, and people want to know, and some people who aren't betting still want to know because they want to know what the advantage is for their team. So, or disadvantage, right? So,
you want to get in Vegas' head and see what's really going on. How do they see the game playing out because of certain players? So everybody does it. It's all in a different way.
Wolf, did you get to see my it's 10 seconds. David's seen it. Everyone else in the chat, if you've seen it, give me 10 seconds of your life. 10 seconds I would gladly give you back if there was a way to. But I don't think you're gonna lose out. This might actually excite you.
Yeah, I've seen that. I forget who was talking
I should
about
probably
that.
take down the comment. We'll do that one
Levi.
time because it's only
You know Darwin
Yeah.
Raven. He's the one that brought it to our attention.
Levi.
I'm not sure if anyone else has been talking about it.
Yeah, I might have been on that
No,
show.
that's the guy.
Yeah, I had seen
It's-
that pop up on Instagram a couple times in video form where they were actually talking about it as well.
Yeah, I mean, if it's true, hey, I'll take those odds. I'll take that, but I don't like. How do you know what colors the logo should be before the game is played, right? Before it's decided, before the matchup's decided, you know. So, hey, the only thing I could think is either Niners and Ravens or Vikings and Chiefs, and I don't like that. I don't like that.
You know what? Yeah, I kind of hope for that rematch, man. We need revenge on John Harbaugh. But one
Oh,
thing, I don't know if you guys have talked about it. What about Ronnie Bell, man? Filling in for one Ray McLeod. He let the ball out of his hands at one time. Very close, a little too close. A little can say Mr. K. Williams-esque.
Oh, you did it. And they're wearing the same jersey number. No, you did it.
Yeah.
Wait, folks.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and nip that in the butt. Let's make sure he never does that again. That was the one thing I said, dude, don't even try it. Just hold on to the damn ball. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Oh, my gosh. You did it. You did it. Okay, folks, stick around. We have
Knock
another
on wood.
video.
I said K. Williams.
It could either be tinfoil. All right. If it happens, you heard it here on the Bryant Culp channel with David McNiner and Wolf, and
I
that's
knocked
Wolf.
on wood. I
Wolf
knocked
over
on
there.
wood. Don't shoot the
You
messenger.
knocked on
man.
Wolf. Yeah. They're just gonna remember. They're gonna remember that guy. He said that on that one guy's channel. Man, let's find out.
Look, man, I knocked on wood. I'm knocking on wood right now. Forget about it.
Yeah, so
ahead.
Ronnie Bell, he's had a couple good plays. He's had a couple really, really good plays, and then he's had some some moments where we're like, and you're not very happy about it. So hope he's a rookie, so hopefully he can learn from his mistakes, but he definitely has to, ball security. That's the most important thing. Everything else will come afterwards.
100%. Did you guys have any thoughts as far as game ball goes? Who do you guys think should get the game ball? If not two, maybe one offense, one defense, one special teams, one overall. What do you guys think about that?
Ooh, it's kind of tough to give the game ball to someone in this game because the whole team played so great. I'd say Debo definitely earned it for doing what he said he was going to do. And defensively, I'm going to give it to a guy that I never thought I would give a game ball to, Javon Kinlaw.
Oh,
2 sacks.
Okay.
2 sacks. He did his job.
He had Jalen Hurts here in footsteps. That dude tackled himself.
Yep.
He had Jalen Hurts. He just looked at him. He sacked himself. Oh, no. That was awesome.
Jalen Hurts was like, I'm not Grant Cohn. Just laid on the ground.
Oh, jeez.
I love you, mama. Oh, no. Did you have any for special teams at all?
I'm gonna have to give it to Debo for running back kickoffs. He was running it out. He's looking around thinking, who am I gonna truck? And the Eagles players were like, no, I'm getting blocked. I'll tackle you from the side. No one was willing to take him head on. I don't know if anyone else noticed that. but no one was willing to do it.
That's what I like to see, man. I thought he was going to take one all the way. There was one where he got tripped up, and he was pretty mad about it too. He got to, I think it was the 31-yard line or something like that. But if he didn't get a shoelace tackle on that one, he very well could have been just gone all the way. I was pretty happy to see.
Brian, you got your hat on backwards, buddy. You're not a franchise QB.
You frat boy, you little frat boy.
Oh man. So okay, for me it would be, let's see, offense is probably pretty easy. Debo, but David took Debo, so I'll try to think of somebody else. Purdy would be another obvious answer. CMC played really well. Geez, Juwan, he had that really big catch. Oh wow, Kittle played really, really good.
Dude, CMC did break the 1,000-yard marker in this game.
I'm gonna go with CMC. Yeah, CMC. And then for my defense, oh geez, I'm gonna say Ward, Charvarius Ward. I think he played really well, and it's like a collective. He's been playing really, really well for the last couple games. My special teams, Mitch Wisnowski with his banana punt. I think the dude's doing great, and it's just gotta give it up to him. So, what's your thoughts, Wolf? Who do you got? Who's your three guys?
If we're talking all season for special teams, man, definitely Wisnowski. That guy's been on one, man. Beautiful. I always seen it in him. I never understood the flack that he got. I think it was mostly last year, but Wisnowski, he's on one, man. He's super clutch, super awesome at what he does. True professional. When you talk about going from a guy like Andy Lee, who was great for us, that was something that always worried me when we lost Andy Lee. So for somebody like Wisnowski to step up and do what he's done, man, hell yeah. Now, if we're talking defense, man, that's a tough one. Game ball. I kind of want to say Lenoir. I almost want to say Ambry. Ambry Thomas, man. Those guys across the board, everybody seems to be sticking to their assignments, playing disciplined football. But Lenoir, if he lets up at all, if he doesn't set the tone the way he has, even when Mooney Ward hasn't played up to par and Lenoir has kind of, taken care of his side, another really great game from him, and laying down that smackdown that he did really set the tone for the next time around, I think. So he stood out to me. So Deommodore Lenoir and Ambry Thomas as a very honorable mention, man, because without him, who knows where we would be at as a defense. With Oliver, seemed like we had a hole in the defense that was being exposed, and it doesn't seem like that's the case anymore, knock on wood. Now, offensively, it's tough, man. I want to say Debo, but I don't know if he gets those touchdowns without Kittle. So I think they got to share that one. And yeah, man, just an all-around great team win, as I always want to see. I'm very happy. I'm a happy Niner fan right now. And a very happy
All right.
boy.
Is anybody worried about TDP? I mean, like, did you guys see that coming, or are you guys surprised that we ended up dropping him?
Saw it coming from 10 miles away, buddy.
I think the Eagles are going to pick him up.
Maybe the Eagles are right. Oh, jeez. Off of
waivers, that's my prediction, man. They're just those type of guys. They're looking for our type of running backs. There was another who was the other running back? What was his name? It was right under the depth chart, right behind TDP, that got picked up by the Eagles.
Well, Trey Sermon? That was last year.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Here's round 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wouldn't
Pretty soon.
surprise me.
I don't think he's going to make it through
But
waivers.
I honestly look at former 49er coaches like D'Amico Ryans, Robert Saleh. I could see these guys picking him up. I think the Dolphins are actually before the Eagles even on the waiver wire. So
Yeah.
I could see one of our former coordinators picking him up. He's not terrible. It's just we needed a roster spot, and he was the most expendable at this point.
Pretty much. Because at this point, we got a badass guy like Mason in the backfield who's not seeing any game time really at all. What did he get? Maybe did he get 4 snaps in this game?
I think he got four snaps in garbage time. Yes.
I was really happy to see that, man. It's about damn time. I did feel like coming into this game, they should have mixed in the running backs a little bit more, but the blowout that it came to be, it ended up being not unnecessary. So I'm glad Mitchell got some touches, take a little bit of a load off McCaffrey. And I really hope we start getting a little more diverse with that halfback, the carries.
I was watching the game and we went, it was down 6-0. And then we started, coming back a little bit. And I thought that was great. And then when our player had the scuffle on the sideline and got ejected, it did seem to give our team a little bit of a spark on the other side. But I would have to say we didn't necessarily need him to win the game. But I do believe when Greenlaw's presence was not on the field anymore, I think the Eagles had an easier time moving the ball on us, if that makes sense. Or what's your guys' thoughts on it? Because it looked like they moved pretty quickly on us. We made an adjustment. Then he left the game, and I know we were scoring touchdowns. We scored 6 touchdowns in a row, so it kind of wasn't on the defense at that point anymore. But it did seem like when the Eagles were trying to mount that comeback at the end of the game, I kind of feel like if Greenlaw was there, maybe they wouldn't have been as successful as they were.
Well, what I would say is kind of what I told the Eagles fans when they were here. At that point, it was a bend but don't break, kind of reverting back to our old ways when Saleh and Ryans were here, where we play super soft zone coverage and just don't give up the big plays. Letting the Eagles march it down the field, and once they get to the red zone, condensing that field on them. That way, let them make the mistake. And it seems like that was the case, because I know the Eagles fans that were here, they were getting super excited. I told them, just wait till that field gets condensed. We're putting that drive to an end. And sure enough, that's the way it went. They got that 1 touchdown off the penalty, and that was it. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, Steve, 6 straight times. The Niners went down the field 6 straight times and scored a touchdown. It was a really good game. It was a good game. And can you guys, have we even played at our full potential yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think no.
I think we showed up against an Eagles team, and their defense hasn't been that as good as stout, I should say, as last year. They were actually playing 5-man front against us, and we were burning them. They lost some veteran interior linemen. Javon Hargrave to us. They also didn't pick up Lionel Joseph and Nadaki Sue. They lost all 3 of those guys. Drafted a rookie and expected the young guys that were already on their roster to step it up, and they're not the same.
Yeah, I don't think the
But
Eagles are the same. And I kind of look at this game, and I almost think we've exposed them. Would you agree to that? I know that was one of the things on Joy Taylor and some of the bigger ESPN groups and stuff have talked about. And the reason I would say the Niners did expose the Eagles is because when the Niners showed that they had the ball and they got in the backfield, the defensive backs didn't want to tackle. Those linebackers didn't want to tackle. You get past the defensive line in Philly, you get into the backfield, you're going to win. You're going to win and you're going to score because the defense, the Phillies defense is not as physical as they want you to think. They're not as aggressive. They're not bullies. They're afraid to tackle. Debo was running towards them and they were running away from him. I heard somebody say earlier that one of the defensive backs turned into a fullback out there on the field for Debo and was blocking for him. Now, I'm going to go back and look for that because if there's an Eagle actually blocking for Debo when he's scoring a touchdown, hey, we're already winning, Shout out to Holly and my little girls running through the house. I'm going to make sure that they get their energy out before they have to go to bed.
yeah.
I feel that, man. Can you guys hear me pretty good? My mic started kind of tweaking there.
Yeah. You sound great.
Okay. Yeah. The mic started tweaking, going all crazy. Like they had alien interference or something like that for a while. It was blowing my eardrums out. But yeah.
You had that Eagles Wi-Fi for a second.
Hey. None of that. None of that. But I feel that, Brian. Yeah. Getting the energy out of the kids. Probably going to go make some cookies with them in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. I guess they're going to decorate some cookies at my father-in-law's house. Go meet up with them. But yeah, man. Did you guys have any other topics as far as the Niners go? I don't really have anything prepared.
No, we didn't either. We had an impromptu show with it wasn't impromptu, it was planned. We had a prompt show with Dina Harvey, and it was a lot of fun. And this whole week just kind of throwing us off with Corey news. Being able to beat the Eagles is a very warming feeling, and knowing that he got to watch the game is wonderful to know. Knowing that he's not in pain anymore, but other than that, no. We could, I think the new adjustments on defense, David coined it. I think it's very funny. I like to think of it when he says it. You guys remember Deuce Bigelow, male Gigolo? And we got Sideline Steve. Well, we got Scuba Steve. And hey, if you could get busy with Scuba Steve, so when we got Sideline Steve over there, I just giggle because hey, it doesn't matter where you're at. If you're at the bottom or the top, this team's playing together. We're winning. Everybody's contributing. I like to see the guys getting along with each other, and they seem like they're having a lot of fun out there. You definitely see the spirits back. The bump box is back. Kinlaw actually coming up and making a difference. Oh, that's just amazing. It really does, because see somebody as big as that guy is, and I'm not the biggest guy in the world. So anytime I see somebody like big like that, I'm always like, geez, look how big you are. Like, and I think in my head, like, if I was that big, I'd be an ox, I'd be a beast, and you don't know, man, the guy might not, maybe he has health issues or whatever, but you're a football player. Your life, that's what you're trying to create, is this persona of you being able to be this huge, tough guy, warrior. And we keep having these, setbacks because of your injury. So, it has been sad. And for him to be able to actually make it through, it would be great. It's not a Cinderella story, but it would just be great to see him actually, achieve becoming a champion. And it's like everybody else too on the field. Still waiting to hear if Dante Johnson gets signed, but I'm hoping not, because it sounds like our corners are doing good.
He did. His name's Logan Ryan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no. Yeah, I was gonna. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just running around, but yeah.
I was gonna kind of say something along the lines of what you were saying as far as Kinlaw goes, man, because obviously as a 49er fan, super happy for the success he's having on the field because we get to benefit from it as fans through victories, through helping out the rest of the defensive line, man. But I've been kind of silently rooting for him for a while, man, and just man to man happy for him. You know, when he had that little stint with Grant where he went off on Grant, I saw it as he was fearful. I saw fear, and it seems like that's maybe something you were alluding to, Brian, where fear for not being able to provide for his family and not having a future in this sport. That's what I saw, and so I think that's why he was so passionate about the way he lashed out, passionate, and that's why he lashed out was because just that fear of the unknown and being, that kind of situation being out of his hands when it comes to health. And now for him to have the opportunity, if he continues like this and stays healthy through the rest of the season, this guy is probably getting paid at the end of the season. Not saying it's by us, but
Yeah.
I think he's going to be well off, and I'm happy for him, man. And that relationship, even with Grant, has changed, and he seems like he's made other changes in his life for the better as well, too. So not just growing financially, but growing in his character as well. It's cool to see, man. Reflective of that 49er. What's the culture? Culture is the word for it.
What are you optimistic about, David, for the 49ers? What have you seen improve, or what are you excited to see, continue to improve?
Well, the defense is getting better, and I'm a defensive guy. We acquired Chase Young. All of a sudden, our defensive line's playing great, and it really could have to do with self-preservation. Everyone's like, we just got this beast. We better start playing good, or we're not going to get playing time, right? And at the same time, we deleted Oliver from that situation. He's on special teams making tackles. That's what he's good at. He can keep doing that. And we brought Womack and Luter Jr. back. And both of them made an impact in the same game. It wasn't this last game, it was the game before. Womack kept the punt from going into the end zone, threw it back to Ronnie Bell, who downed it at the 1.5 yard line. Then they're getting a big return against us. And Luter Jr. chased that returner down from behind. I honestly didn't know he had that kind of speed. So moving forward, we have some good young defensive backs. We have sideline Steve, who seems to be getting in a groove and came up with a fantastic game plan against a mobile quarterback. There was a certain website that I'm not going to name that said our pass rush didn't show up. Yes, they did. They stayed in their lanes. They showed discipline in pass rushing versus what we normally do, which is stunts and just get to the quarterback, however you can. They showed discipline. They stayed in their lanes. They did not give Jalen Hurts the gaping hole to run up the middle. And the game plan worked great, mainly because of the guys like Ambry Thomas, Demo Lenore, Travarius Ward, Jair Brown. They're all back there covering forever at this point. And during the game, a big difference I've seen from before the bye week and the losing, the 3 games lost, a big difference I've seen. Our corners are turning their heads looking at the ball, because if they do that, by rule, the ref can't throw the pass interference flag because he turned his head and he's looking at the ball. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking for that every single time, man. Every time there's a 50-50 ball, deep pass. Yeah, they've been really good about it, man. There was one that was really close. I forget who it was. It might have been Lenore or Ambry. It was really close in the end zone on a fade, but uh, I love the way the refs kind of called this game for the last 3 quarters, man. At least because I've been watching some of these Eagles games recently, and I think they've been getting a lot of favorable calls their way for whatever reason, and so that was something I was worried about, man, and something I talked to those Eagles fans about leading up to the game before the game even started. Like, man, dude, from what I've been seeing these past couple weeks, these refs better stay out the damn game because it's really going to piss me off. But I thought it was pretty good. It was nice, and like David's saying, man, there's a lot of unsung heroes when you have a total and complete awesome victory, like we just did against the Eagles. I think a lot of these guys, especially the unknown names, the guys that aren't household names, kind of get lost in the sauce and don't get their just due credit. But they're earning their playing time on the field, man. When their time comes around, most likely next year, looking forward to seeing those guys, man. Those fast guys with the wingspan to add depth to our corner position. And we were talking about with Steve Wilks as well, containing Jalen Hurts and having a great game plan for a mobile quarterback. It reminds me of when I play Madden, and I love playing the Ravens on Madden. I love playing the Chiefs, and I love playing the Eagles. So you get somebody that plays with those 3 teams, every time those buffoons just want to run the ball with the quarterback. If you keep them in the pocket, they don't know what to do. And so they rage quit. They quit the game. So I love playing those teams on Madden.
Okay. David's going to continue the Pick'em show on Corey nights on Wednesdays. You're always welcome, Wolf, if you have time. If you don't have time and you still want to be part of the show, just message David or you can message me, but we'll get the numbers to David and David can add you into the show. You don't always have to show up, but your name will be read and we'll keep the numbers going. We just need your picks. And it might be a little too late for this season, but if you want to start anyways, it'd still be fun. So my question is looking at the games coming up, and me and David kind of break things down. Maybe we'll have to change a little bit, moving forward with, how the shows are going to be in the next couple. Me and David do a Sunday breakdown of the game really fast, so we might have to do something a little bit more clever. Philadelphia and Dallas. What's your thoughts? Is Philly gonna get this game, or is Dallas gonna, take it? Are they gonna split? And at this point, we're 1 game. So what I want to do is get your opinion on the next couple of Philly games and David's. And we're not holding anybody to you. You can always change your opinion later on, of course.
Who's first?
Let's go with you because you're here right now, and then we'll go to David. So Philadelphia, Dallas.
Kind of already gave it for anybody who wasn't here. I like the Cowboys for this one. Reason being, they almost beat Philly in Philly just a couple weeks ago. That was in Philly, very close game. If they don't have those penalties at the end, they probably go in for a walk-in touchdown and put the game away. But unfortunate circumstances, they lost the game. Kind of pissed me off. But yeah, man, I think they could make things very interesting for the NFC in that number 1 seed spot this coming week and take it in Philly. I do think the Cowboys are more versatile than the Eagles. I think the Eagles are very one-dimensional, and their weakness is in the secondary as well, too, where the Cowboys seem to thrive. For whatever reason, Dak Prescott, I know he's tearing up some pretty weak teams, but, he's kind of on a tear right now, especially if you get his receivers involved against a weak secondary. They could have a field day under better conditions.
I like that. And that just kind of goes back to what I said earlier, and not only me, but the Niners exposed the Eagles. So if the Dallas Cowboys do get their players behind the linebackers or even where the linebackers are, because it doesn't seem like the Eagles linebackers want to tackle either. It seems like the Cowboys could have a really good game here. David, what's your thoughts? Philadelphia and Dallas. I know we want Dallas to win, but your opinion, is Philly going to bounce back, or is Dallas split in this series?
It's one of those divisional matchups, but Dallas had every opportunity to win that game in Philadelphia, and they straight choked. I do not expect them to choke at home. I expect Dallas to win this game. And honestly, what I saw out of the Seahawks against the Cowboys, them having an extra 3 days rest, and then they what, because they played the Thursday game, didn't they, last week? Well, no, they don't have 30 days because they play Sunday, right? I
They play.
still expect the Seahawks.
I think it was Monday Night Football. Last week's Monday night.
Ooh.
Seattle played on Thursday night against Dallas.
It was Thursday night?
Yeah, it was November 30th. They played. And then I think they were going to have. I think they get a game off. I think they moved their game. Did they move our game to Monday night, or is it still on? But they had Thursday, Thanksgiving, and then they played the next Thursday game. So that was a whole week. And then I guess they're getting a couple days off now. But yeah, your thoughts?
I know they're starting to flex games. Which they should have earlier in the season, because there were some games that they just shouldn't have shown on primetime. But yeah, that's the NFL's business.
Okay, so we're all rooting for Dallas here. Moving next week, looking ahead, Philadelphia is going to go play the Seahawks.
To be fair, I hope they both lose. I'm not rooting for either one of them, but I hope they both lose. Just like, who was it? CMC? CMC said that.
Tie?
Yeah.
Huh? So Philly gets the loss against Dallas and then gets a tie, right?
Oh boy,
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
What's your thoughts, David? Are you going with the tie, or do you think Philly bounces back after a loss, or are they going to lose 3 in a row?
I could see Philly losing 3 in a row. You know, the Seahawks, they're going to be desperate after losing to us this Sunday. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They are going to be desperate. Their playoff chances are going to be severely dwindling at that point. They need to win some games. So, and it's going to be at Seattle too, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could see them losing 2 in a row here, 3 in a row.
If the season ended right now, the Seahawks wouldn't make the playoff. So they definitely have to win. They have to win.
Ooh, the Eagles and the Cowboys are the Sunday night game, folks. So we all got to watch that.
Fun.
2 games on Monday. There's 2 games on Monday. Packers at the Giants and the Titans at the Dolphins.
The following week, the Niners play on Christmas, but that's the late game. The first game is the Raiders versus the Chiefs. Then it's the Giants versus the Eagles. How do you guys think the Eagles will do against the Giants? It'll be a home game for the Eagles. I think the Eagles bounce back. So I think they lose 3 in a row and then they beat the Giants. That's my thoughts. And then we would have the evening game. So there's going to be 3 games on Christmas next week, on the Christmas Monday. Anybody else? You guys all agree with that? 3 losses and they beat the Giants. Looks like they finished the season.
Yep.
Where did they finish the season at? Let's see where okay. They finished the season. Arizona. Oh no, we have 2 more games. Arizona will go to Philadelphia. I think the Eagles will win that game. I don't see the Arizona winning that game. So that means they would go 0-3, and then they're going to go 2-3. And then let's see, their last game, guys, is against the Giants again. So they go 3-3 their last 6 games. Could we be so lucky?
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll take any losses the Eagles get. I don't care really who gives them to them, but I definitely want to. I think we got a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. There's a chance. Ranger Dan.
I'm actually hoping I
guys-
can make it to the 49ers Cardinals game out here in Glendale.
Oh man, that'd be cool. That would be cool. If you go, make sure you let me know or something. Let Swifty, Dion Niner Gang podcast, let him know. You might be able to meet up with him. Wayne
Yeah.
Breezy going. I don't know if Wayne Breezy's going anymore. It's gonna be a lot of people meet it up. That's gonna be and then that stadium is pretty cool looking too, isn't it? If I'm correct, it's supposed to visualize a rattlesnake. If I'm correct.
Maybe. I just went there twice. I don't know if I told you guys. I think I did. Metallica played over there
Okay.
about a month and a half ago. They had 2 shows there. I went both nights, and it's pretty funny because the singer of Five Finger Death Punch, who was Five Finger Death Punch was one of the bands that opened for Metallica on the second night. And the singer says, "What's the matter? I thought we had Cardinals fans here." And the whole stadium booed. I have it on video. And I just yelled out, "Niners!" Pretty badass show. Pretty badass.
Well, that stadium, when they initially constructed it, they made it to look like a coiled up snake.
Wouldn't
So you
doubt it.
probably need to look at it from far away and you know to actually see it, but it really does. Like if you look at aerial photos.
Yeah, I didn't notice anything, so yeah, I'll have to check it out.
That's
'Cause
cool.
I know the one in Vegas looks like a big old black toilet.
I actually saw that when I was flying out to the Giants game.
Yeah.
When they were taking off, I looked to the right and there was the stadium, the Raiders playing. And I was looking at that like, that's brand new.
You just got a sudden urge to
Like-
poop real bad.
It honestly looks like a 15, 20-year-old stadium from the point of view I had. I was looking at it like, that doesn't look new.
Yeah,
It's
what
all
the hell is
dusty
that?
because of the desert, all the dirt's all flying out. Hey, well, hopefully we're there. Hopefully we're there this year in that toilet bowl, whatever, Death Star, they call it. It's the Super Bowl. That's where the location's at. And that's where I hope we're hoisting Lombardi because it'll be that much sweeter in the stadium of the Raiders. Yeah, guys, thanks for coming, everybody. Anything else you guys got? You want to say anything? Wolf, we want to let everybody know how you've been doing. We only get to see you every once in a while. Really do appreciate you coming through. And yeah, check Wolf out. Hopefully he's at Glendale checking out the Cardinal game. And if there's another Metallica game, Metallica concert, you might see him there again. We're not so lucky. We get Taylor Swift at Levi's. Okay, I'm just saying.
You know what? Speaking of, Taylor Swift had a concert out there at SoFi Stadium, which was supposed to be record breaking, and then Metallica went in there like a week later or something and went and broke Taylor Swift's record. So Metallica has the record for most fans present at a concert for SoFi Stadium.
I'm sure it shatters however many Rams fans show up. Yeah.
Metallica
home game.
rules.
I'm a big Red Hot Chili Pepper fan. Hot Chili Pepper fan, and it pains me that they are Rams fans. And it does. I still like their music, but they are 100% Rams fans. They've done a video with themselves in Rams uniforms. Awesome video, but I'm still like, you guys. It's like,
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. It's Bradley Cooper is one of the ones I want to slap the hell out of him. Him and his stupid Eagles fandom. God. I
Hey,
just
well,
Well,
they,
guys,
they
with
can't
that,
all
we'll
be
probably get out of
perfect.
here.
You know, they can't all be perfect. So
yeah, unfortunately.
You can't pick your family necessarily. You can pick your friends, but not necessarily everything that they like you'll like. And the same thing goes for your celebrities and all that goodness. So thank you again for coming, everyone. We'll be back. And hey, keep your notifications on. It'll either be David's channel or my channel. When Wolf is back, you'll see us there as well. So thank you so much again. You know, guys, keep your heads up.
49ers,
Shout out
don't
to
let
Corey.
up. Don't let up,
Hey.
49ers. Corey, rest in peace. We'll miss you, buddy.
hey,
Here.
go 49ers, isn't as Corey would say, F all the other 31 teams.
Yeah. Niner gang.
Just like Corey says, we ain't done yet. And folks, we'll see you next time. Appreciate you.